And one thing that lives in my mind as a core principle for me is local logs, local jobs.
Right.
That's my commitment to British Columbians. It's my commitment to workers. If there's one thing I want to do over the course of my time as BC's Minister of Forests, is I want to make our forest sector the most people-focused forest sector in the entire world.
Right.
And I want to use innovation. I want to use the future. I want us to really start thinking outside of 4-year election cycles and think 7 generations ahead. If there's one thing that drives me crazy is the boom and bust of our forest sector.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that. People on the ground are tired of that. We have to build for stability. We have to build for workers. And to those companies that have reaped the benefits here in British Columbia in good times, especially with high lumber prices, and decide to take that investment elsewhere, I got very little time for that. Very little time for that. I will make time and I will prioritize time for any company who continues to invest in BC. And so when you talk about losing that social license, losing that relationship with the Indigenous peoples, the first peoples of this land, that's how you do that. And we're going to put a stop to it. Yeah. Whether it's through the review of BC timber sales that we're doing, we're going to prioritize local logs for local jobs. We're going to take a number of steps. I'm going to outline today just a couple of steps in terms of commercial thinning as a prime opportunity for us. I think we need to do a better job managing our forests. And there's one story that lives with me. I was in the Cheslada First Nations territory up in Burns Lake, and Chief Karina Lewis was kind enough to take me on a helicopter and fly me over her traditional territory. Almost 50%, John, has been burnt in wildfires in the last decade. Some of the timber harvesting land base, some private land, lots of parkland. And as we were flying over, she pointed down and she said, "Minister, do you know what that is?" Just an area that was burnt. I have to tell you, it's one thing to drive through an area that's burnt. It's another to fly over it. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That was an old growth management area.
Yeah.
And she said, because that old growth management area is locked up, we couldn't go in there and properly steward the land. Exactly. And so what happened? Wildfire came in, no more old growth.
Yeah.
And so we have to do a better job taking care. I was in Clearwater just a couple of weeks ago, and Wells Great Provincial Park, the Europeans that were coming in to visit in that park said, come on, guys, you have tons of trees here. Rake your damn forests. Do a better job taking care of your forests. And so that is going to be a key principle in my work as Minister of Forests. It's going to be a top priority. And today, later today at Kofi, I'm going to lay out how we get there. And it's not just about permitting. We have to do a better job in permitting. I want to cut the paperwork for permitting in half. Right now, it takes about 40 days once an application is submitted to get approved. I told my team last week that our new benchmark is 25 days. You got 2 days to figure it out. Yeah. And they did. April 1st, 25-day benchmark. Yeah. That's our goal. I'd love to get to a point where it's 2 weeks. We have to drive forest landscape planning tables. We have to do a better job. I'm bundling permits in a district office right now, archaeology and cutting permits, to create efficiency. And if that works, I'm going to roll it out the entire province. You're going to see, from my time as minister, more action taken. I launched this review of BC timber sales, and I said, if there's one thing I want to accomplish with, you've seen enough government reviews, John, in your time watching governments of all stripes. Usually what happens is a minister appoints a panel, they go and conduct a review for a year, a fancy report is assembled, and then it just lives on someone's back shelf.
And nothing happens.
So
now,
this review...
BCTS, when do you see that happening? You're doing a review right now. There's a date here fairly quickly by
the end of June, the entire review is going to be done. Yeah. It's going to be the most efficient review the Forest Service has ever done.